Peace. Thank you for choosing the flowering for this pick a card reading. Spirit is talking. What does Spirit want to tell you? We have three options here: white sage, feather, and some moon water. While you take a moment to breathe and focus your intention, decide which card is calling to you. I'll just say that based on the items that were chosen to be with each option, some of you may be needing to do some cleansing, clearing around the house, which makes sense since we're moving into a time of like spring cleaning. So it seems like many are going to need to purify the home, the body. This is organization and just clearing out. That's really what it sounds like. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you all. After you've chosen one, two, or three, just go ahead and drop your um, choice down in the comments. For whatever reason, I feel like when I do that, it helps to draw in what I need, the message that I need, something. It does something. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and move in. So for group one with the white sage, for purifying and cleansing. So the situation or the energy that you're carrying right now is the Sage of Orbs. This is the Queen of Swords. Okay. So very decisive energy right now. Very decisive. I feel like if you are not carrying this energy, then the situation that you are being faced with or that Spirit is trying to give you a heads up about is going to require that you move with more rather than emotion. So the what makes sense or what you can understand about the situation on a higher level, not emotion-based reactions. I hope that sentence made sense. So I also get the feeling that because of this spirit is, or because of this need to, excuse me, because of this need to be like objective, to just be certain about yourself and your ability, about the direction or path you're going in, because that's here, I think that you've been tested recently or over some time on how to just make the decision that is best fitting you. I think that you've been asked to highlight your own needs, your own goals, and ensure that the efforts and energy that you're putting in match or align with what you need for your personal journey, for your project to be a success, for your relationship to succeed. Okay, so there's the Queen of Swords is often just quick and easy to cut off anything. Not, this is not from a toxic, I just, oh, I don't need nothing, I don't need anybody, or quick to cut a bee off. That's not the energy we're talking here, or that spirit is wanting you to embody. But this is a, I recognize what I'm putting out. I recognize my contribution, and I am a better manager of my own energy and my own time, my own thought. I am the best manager of this. And so anything that's coming into your realm right now, Spirit is saying it's okay to be the Queen of Swords or the Sage of Orbs. It's okay to wield your sword, to use your mental powers, which would be discernment or spiritual gifts. It's okay to use them to navigate this situation. Actually, this is the tool that's going to help you. It's here to help you prevail, basically. first ray of power. This is what your higher self wants you to focus in on. And I really get the feeling that this is tying together because I get magician energy here. So it's really like the things that you have begun to manifest because of your alignment, because of your trust in yourself and your trust in the universe, your work that you've been doing to cleanse and purify. This is spirit letting you know that you have been filled with the power of your ancestors, of just, this is a buildup. What you are possessing right now, what you're carrying right now, is a buildup. It's a progression of things that have been going on for generations, for lifetimes, and it's all infused you with power to walk this path that you're currently on. And I get the feeling that this power requires this protection. Okay, so what you've now found in yourself requires the protection of the Queen of Swords, and it requires you to be discerning about how you're going to distribute, or how you're going to best use the gifts, the talents, the abilities, the time, the opportunity that you're being given. I also feel that, if there's any guilt about, excuse me, if there's any guilt about people that are being left behind, situations that are no longer, you're no longer giving energy to, there's no need to have guilt about it. I feel as if, the divine wants you to know that all of the decisions that you've been making have been so that you have a pure field from which you can manifest what you're attempting to manifest. It's like you're cocooned, you know, in the love of the universe, in the wisdom of, you're filled with the wisdom of the universe, and so you're able to exercise Queen of Swords energy. You're able to navigate, to cut off, to discontinue anything that is not serving, and you're able to choose. You're able to choose, what's best fitting, what aligns best with you. Excuse me, guys, y'all. I'm clearly channeling right now because my nose is running, and that happens. So teaching. This is is all about the things that we talked about, the things that you've processed through that have brought you to this place where you are more sure of yourself. There is a sense of you needing to, the order of things is, after you've mastered something, you then become eligible to teach it, so or to share it, and by sharing it and by being vulnerable, the greatest teachers are vulnerable teachers. Okay, so greatest teachers are people who have been down, who have found themselves in vulnerable situations, and now can share the wisdom gained, and the experiences that you have journeyed through now become not only power for you, but power for the collective that you are responsible for the group, for your soul family, for your area of responsibility, if we want to go military with it. So there are definitely some deep rooted systems and programs that have been worked on, that have been pulled up. You've definitely pulled some things up from the root, and they're ancestral. Spirit is tapping you on the back, patting you on the back right now. Okay, I feel that. And what's happening is you're transmuting many generations worth of trauma, pain, hurt, healing into testimony, into pure, unfiltered power. Wow. All right. The crumbling. What are you clinging to? Okay, here's the advice. So for some of you, if you don't feel as if you have reached this place of being able to quickly and efficiently discern what's needed and what's not, then you are being called to make deeper assessment of that. Okay, the crumbling, what are you clinging to? This is a realization that something that some long held belief or some long held tradition or routine wasn't even beneficial for you. Okay, so, or is not. So I feel as if you're seeing that it's not beneficial now, or seeing that it just doesn't resonate anymore, and you're being asked to go ahead and take on that Queen of Swords energy and detach. Acknowledge what it is and detach, because whatever this is still low-key siphoning energy from you. Okay, it's happening behind the scenes so subtly that you don't even realize it. You've been attacking big, big things lately. So these tiny attachments haven't been getting as much of your attention as they normally would if you hadn't been, addressing such big obstacles. So the idea here is that there's still some things down at the root that need to be addressed. Okay, and then the abundance boost is ask for your needs to be met. God and the angels can come to your aid only if you make a free will choice to be helped. And it begins with asking. If it doesn't matter how you ask God for help, but only that you do so. The same holds true with clearly asking others to assist you. All right. So Spirit wants you to connect more, one, so that you can better understand the situation. But two, this is also asking being very honest with yourself about how things are serving you. Some things that we decide to hold on to just they don't have any substance anymore. They're not useful anymore. So I feel like this is kind of not only asking for your needs to be met, but identifying how things do meet your needs and the things that don't meet your needs. And then counting those things that don't meet any need or desire, and counting them something that you can do away with for the time being. All right, so let me some of you are also being asked to get clear about your message. Get clear about what it is that you want to share from your journey thus far. I'm going to clarify the Sage of Orbs, the Queen of Swords. Please clarify the Queen of Swords here for group one. It definitely feels like there is, most tower moments bring a sense of rehabilitation, or a season of rehabilitation and regeneration after. And I feel as if that's something that's taking place now. You're integrating lessons. You are finding a way now to, all right, just so y'all know, these cards just flew all over the place. So that's that tower moment. So everything that has seemed as if it was just going, it was in disarray, you're now having a better sight on it, seeing what it has brought to you, what it has taught you, and seeing that it has empowered you in certain areas of your life. And I feel like this is a moment of time that you're in, is acknowledging certain struggles or tensions as a source of power, empowerment, rather than defeat. Okay, so the two cards that came out to clarify were the Eight of Cups and the Emperor, which makes so much sense. You're moving and you're seeking that deeper sense of understanding is what's helping you to be more objective or subjective. I can't remember which words I want to use, but the word that means that you can make a choice. You can make a choice and it's not filtered or your or influenced too much by others. So you're moving into or walking away from anything that's siphoned your power up until now, and you're moving back into the position of being the master of your own situation. That you have dominion over these things. They don't have dominion over you. They have empowered you. They have become these things, these lessons have become pillars for you to build upon. All right. So definitely seeking a place where you have more you have more power because you've owned the power that all of your experiences have brought you. All right, group one. I think that's it. Spirit wants you to pay attention to where you have been empowered. And the things that you may be holding on to may not necessarily be people, places, things, situations. It may just be what perception you have of those people, places, things, and situations. Okay. Group two, the feather. Sage of Flames. Okay. Queen of Wands. Okay, so this feels like representing either the situation or the querent. So on one end, if this is your energy, people are seeing you as just powerful, passionate. There's a certain sense of beauty in you without even trying. And I don't just mean outward beauty, although that could be. I get the feeling that the sense of togetherness, just put togetherness that people see, and it's not just orderly, but that you can appease, that you can soothe a situation, that you can, you can help people come to a fair outcome or a balanced understanding of things. And that's a beautiful energy that people see in you. Also, if this is a situation, it could just be a situation that is blooming, it's blossoming now. It's high. If it could be a creative project, one that's required for you to really focus in and tap into your inner self deeply on a deep level, to produce what you're producing. I think something that is going on right now is that I think people see you as someone, like I said earlier about being able to find a suitable solution. I think that people see you that would turn them into a pile of ash. You're walking through. So whatever this situation is, it seems as if it's set up. I think it seems like an unfair situation or something that was set up to destroy you. But just like the phoenix, you kind of go in and or you master it, you come out basically unscathed, and people are looking at you and thinking, but how does he or she do that? Like, how do they do that? How do they walk into the lion's den? We set it ablaze, she comes out unbitten and unburned. So how does that happen? So people are taught by your example. You're like this beautiful example of going through the fire, you know what I mean? Of going through the fire, and it beautifying you, it growing you, it expanding you rather than anything else. Okay, and whatever was meant, it didn't do that. It's empowering, it's motivating, it's encouraging to other people. Higher self, the higher self message is the key of light. And this makes sense because many people don't realize the power that they actually already have, or the power that difficult situations exposes. This is kind of tying back to group one, but there's certain keys, certain topics, certain experiences that you now have almost expert knowledge or expert wisdom on. Okay, you have the keys. It's like, and it's a destiny thing. I think a lot of people feel as if they can't do it, but this is your position. It's your position. It's your calling. Part of your calling to journey through things and share the keys, share the bullet points of how you experienced it and how you navigated it. I also get the feeling that your higher self wants you to know, wants to, you know this already, but your higher self wants to reiterate the idea that in every one of these situations, okay, let me finish this thought and then I have something else. But in every one of these situations, there has been a spark, there has been a silver lining, there has been something for you to take away. And it was always to bring you closer to the spirit, to your spirit self. It was always to assist you in unlocking higher levels of consciousness, not just yourself, for your soul group, for your area of responsibility. I like that term. And for the overall consciousness or the collective consciousness. It was meant. Okay. Some of you, and I'm just going to throw this out here, but some of you might be pregnant or getting pregnant. All right. And there was one more thing that I was going to say. Oh, there is also an indication that you are going through an unlocking. There's some things that are being unlocked or exposed to you, and they are good things. They are gifts. They are talents that you were just unaware of before. There are certain things coming to your awareness about you, things that you've carried, flames that you've carried for a long time, maybe your whole life, and just really didn't know. But so now that you're further awakening, you're realizing the value of each of these talents, skills, abilities, what they've always been, and although you overlooked them. So for me, one of those things was conversation. In conversation, I've always been able to give people good feedback, so creative solutions to problems. I've always been really good at that, and never really thought about it as a gift. Just thought about, I just thought, well, if you think about it, you can figure it out. That's kind of how I saw it. But for some of you, for group 2, you're realizing the value of a certain gift, that it does bring awareness to people, that it does grow them and further them on their journey as well. All right, here we go. Changes. 29. Okay. I don't know. I think the wands represent springtime. Because I would say spring. Pentacles would be summer. So during the spring months, there's going to be, for some of you, there's a focus in on outward beauty. Okay, and there is an idea that outward beauty, we do this back and forth with it. Okay, for some people, focusing too much on the outside, who they are outwardly, can cause restrictions. I think for a small group of you, there's an idea here that you can return to self, the self that likes makeup or wigs or nice clothes or just nice things. There are certain things that you've journeyed through, I believe, where you let go of those things, I think, just to understand that they were not the key to your happiness. And so now that you've learned that, I think that you are being given permission to live your life now the way that you want. Now that you've detached from that you've stopped taking value or assessing your value on the outward. Okay, that seemed jumbled, but I hope it made sense. There's a change of perspective too. Like I said, some things that you may have before seen as downfalls, as negatives. I think that there's a shift here. Spirit wants you to know that as you're going through these challenges, there's certain charisma that you carry that is going to assist you. And I just heard the word finesse. So it's like Spirit is letting you know that you've got the sauce already. So just go in, drizzle some of it, and let people taste it. Let people taste what you add. Let people see that you are not only just part of the meal, but you're like that chocolate syrup on top that makes the ice cream sundae pop. Okay. Yeah, not that you need to tell people this, but because I feel like people see it, but I feel like it's more about you understanding it, especially with inner temple coming in. This is your remedy or advice. So there's some outward stuff, where you've now found value in some outward things. You may be being asked to integrate those, also to come out of your inner temple, because I feel like a lot of you have been perhaps just analyzing, going over and over and over certain things that are taking place within you. And while that's valuable, sometimes we do have to come out and allow those things that we've now seen, found to be valuable. We have to allow them to be of value to people, to ourselves, to our situation. So the more we're in with them, inside with them, we get to know them, we get to know how to use it for the better, but then we eventually have to bring them out so that they can so they can turn from darkness into light, okay? So that they can be light for people instead of remaining our inner darkness. Some of you are being asked to commit to a better meditation or to try something different in terms of meditation and spiritual practice. Some of you are being shown different things to try, and perhaps just seeing it as too much of an undertaking. You can start working on your dream career part-time while keeping your other job to pay the bills. Soon your dream career will take flight and fully support you. Moonlighting. This is putting energy into something, putting little bits of energy. So this is like a night job, basically. Night job. I also feel like for some, you're figuring out how to integrate or how to combine your spiritual practice or things that you're learning on a spiritual level. You're learning how to combine them or trying to figure out a way to integrate them into your primary business or your primary line of work. And you may do it on something on the side, but I feel like this is more of a bringing it in together with something else. So, if you are a masseuse, you might bring in Kristen. For some of you may be having a second job, and it may be something that's just totally different from your day job or your normal work. So you're just studying, that's what that feels like. So you're studying and just trying to figure out how to implement. Let's please clarify moonlighting. Please clarify moonlighting. Right. Options. So, and confusion. So if you're experiencing any level of confusion about how to do multiple things at once, then tap in. You may just need to reflect, be very intentional. Say for the next 3 days, I'm going to set aside time to receive guidance on this specific topic. Okay. So don't just go into, if you're looking for an answer in that area, don't just go into meditation and sit. Say, hey, I'm setting the intention over the next 3 days that I want to receive guidance on this specific issue. And then as you do your thing, we don't control how it comes, but we can ask for exactly what we need at the time. And that's what might be needed. As you go in, ask specifically for the guidance that you want. Right. But why, how do I make this most profitable for me? Not just financially, but energetically as well. That's something that you need to ask. What else needs to be clarified? Key of lights. Yes. I do feel like it's a spark of understanding, spark of wisdom, spark of clarity regarding something that was once maybe once you would have rejected the idea before. This also gives me these feelings about self. So a lot of things about self, how you feel about self, how you use who you are, what you've been through, and put it out to serve other people. Some of these things, some of these experiences, you just have yet to see the value in them. And I think Spirit wants you to see it. Choose to see it. Choose to see how these things were divinely guided and directed for the growth of you, to create change in you and your environment, okay? To help you change your own reality, these things have come to you. To give you a new perspective, to balance you out, to help you see yourself in a new light, to help you value yourself and your contribution. All right. I think that's it, group 2. Thank you. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys for coming in. Please feel free. Please thumbs up, sorry. Like, comments. Drop me your number down there so I know which one is you. I like to see how they resonate with you guys. I really do. So lastly is the moon water. This moon water I charged during the Virgo full moon. So here we go. Excuse me, guys, with my sniffles. I'm telling you, that's one way that I always know Spirit is definitely speaking through me. My nose will run. So group 3, 5 of chalices, 5 of cups. So right now, I do feel like this group, okay, Spirit does not want you in this place, okay? So again, we have this energy of not seeing the value, okay? Not seeing that there's still a chance, that there's still hope in a situation. I think that there's a level of awareness that it's not an end all, but it just seems like there's way too much. Like, oh yes, my beautiful energy was thrown into the swamp. Why would I ever pour into another cup when it was discarded the way it was before? And this energy here is really, it hurts, you know, and that's how I feel right now. Like, it hurts because there was so much poured into it. Okay. Not energy, but Spirit understands when we give ourselves to things that it's a little exhausting, or it can cause us to withdraw. You know, we'll decide to withdraw energy because we've just seen perhaps or perceived failure after failure. And this is one of those things where there's still opportunity here. There's still connection for purifying, for a shift. Because after the 5 of cups is the 6 of cups. And the 5 of cups goes from not seeing the value, you know, crying because things are just not working out the way you want them to work out, moving to the 6 of cups, which is now being able to see value, now able to have some nostalgic energy there. You can look at the good times that were had. So it just feels like overall Spirit with the 5 of cups is acknowledging how you feel, is acknowledging and telling you that how you feel is not invalid. However, we want you to heal. We want you to heal, but we also want you to feel empowered to keep going. Wow. Ascension, the rainbow bridge. There's definitely a resounding message of letting go of things that you've perceived to be a failure. Okay, I say letting go of things, letting go of the idea that anything that you've done or attempted has failed. It has all succeeded in the way in which it was meant to succeed. It was meaning you loved or you gave that deeply so that you could find and understand your capacity for that, so that you could see what you could forgive, or what you could move on from, how deeply you could learn, you could love self in the absence of validation or anybody else pouring into you. Okay, it's healed you, not healed you, but exposed to you the power of what you give, of your heart. It's the power of your heart, the power of love, the power of compassion. And even when it seems to be lacking in your world, it really is all around you. It really is right there. Decide not to stay here, then the new reality that we create won't end up in the swamp. It won't be another cup thrown into the swamp. Okay, it'll be another cup build up, stacked up to the 9 of cups or the 10 of cups. All right, so the ascension rainbow, or the ascension, the rainbow bridge. This is supposed to be a higher self message, or what your higher self is letting you know, your higher self or future self. I think your future self is really saying that although it's raining now, although things seem as if they are array now, there is light at the end of this tunnel, that there is a happy outcome here. And it may, because the journey or the process is different than you would have expected, because it is a little painful, it is a little difficult. They don't want you to get dismayed. They don't want you to forget that there's something to be exposed here, that there's something to be had throughout the experience, and once you realize what it was bringing you to. It's like you can't get to the top without climbing. That's how that feels. So it's like you can't get to the 10 of cups without going through uh, 4 of cups, 5 of cups, 7 of cups. You can't just decide to skip those parts. You have to. These parts are valuable as well. So it definitely seems like there's an overarching message here with the whole group, of purifying or clarifying how you really see a situation, how you really feel about it, because these things are needing to be healed and transmuted into higher vibrational energy. I just really feel like that what you're being asked to do is maintain optimism optimism. Saying it seems like it's moving pretty slow, but progress is being had. And the things that this communication and cooperation. So if you continue to move forward, keep stepping forward, keep believing even when it's doubtful, like even when it's hard to maintain optimism, just keep going. Okay, keep going. The sun will come out tomorrow. That's kind of how it feels like. We need you to know that the sun is coming out tomorrow. It's raining today, but we've got you with like plug and the works. Like, we're gonna bless you, and we're gonna put some extra works in there. So yeah, you're gonna get a job, but you're gonna get a job with like double the salary, and vacation, a vacation package unheard of. And you also going to get more days off than you ever had off. So it's kind of just like we're going to throw some extra stank on it when it comes. Just kind of journey through it with us is what we're saying. Just journey through it with us. This is all for your good. Ooh. Remedy advice, protection. Call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. This is one of those things like, don't give your power away. During this journey, don't give your power away to fear. Don't give your power away to doubt, confusion, defeat. Don't do it, because this is a divinely guided path, as all of them are. This is a divinely guided path, and your outcome or your dreams or your desires are protected. They're being molded as you journey. And if you can keep your mind on the idea that on what you're attempting to manifest, as well as your contribution to it, that's where you are. Right now, I am in step 3 of manifesting this. We're not worried about how long it's going to take to get through step 3 or how many more steps it's going to take. We're just trusting that, one, our goal is known, it's protected, our path to it is protected, and we don't have to fall victim to victim consciousness or any sense of doubt, okay, or disbelief about being able to have what it is that we have desired to have. Progress, okay? So just stay in this place of gratitude, of love, of healing, of compassion, of optimism, so that you don't slow down the progress here. All right, and another advice card is positivity, faith, and optimism. You open the doorway to positive experiences and opportunities with your divine or temporary setbacks to interfere with the path that you are on. Keep the faith and keep going. Man, you just really can't make this stuff up. That just further clarifies the message that was already being delivered. There is a pull on your energy that's tied to past failures, that's tied to just the things that have been faced, the difficult things that have been on the path towards the manifestation of this dream or goal. And it's time for you to get serious about taking back the power that you've previously given to those fears or lower vibrations, period. Can we clarify the 5 of Cups here? 5 of Chalices. Please clarify the 5 of Chalices for this group. Right. There's a lack of clarity, a lack of understanding about the overall picture here. Okay. So you can't... yeah. You got to cut off... Ew, this feels like... this feels like just cutting it out, deciding that you're just not gonna connect to any source of negativity, any source of doubt, any source of confusion, because you want to stay clear about what's happening and what's in front of you with the Ace of Swords. Okay, you just want to stay clear, about what's going on. You want more clarity is what I'm getting. Actually, you want more clarity, and what Spirit is letting you know is that what you have right now is what you're meant to have. And if you feel as if you're lacking anything, then perhaps that's what's blocking you from seeing the truth. Just the fear, the idea that you are lacking, the belief that you're lacking could be just blocking your vision. Okay, one more card here to clarify the 5 of Cups. Right. So you just need to relax, trust. Think about the times before that you thought that things weren't going to work out the way you wanted them to work out. Think about the times that you have succeeded, that you've overcome situations that once looked like the 5 of Cups, So trust. Don't let fears rob you of the wisdom that's gained through certain experience, the abundance of love that is gained through learning love, learning compassion, forgiveness, lack of judgment. All right, one more. Let's clarify one more thing. Can you please clarify the rainbow? The moon, meaning that hello, meaning that there's definitely some things coming out or things being exposed to you about there's underlying fears, doubts, expectation, attachments that are preventing this thing from fully maturing, preventing you from understanding, from forgetting you from fully grounding in the truth of the fact that you are protected. Your path is unique, and that everything that's taking place is strengthening you um, rather than hurting you. Even though, and then there's the Ace of Cups. Yes, 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 it's okay. You're not late. Just go ahead and pick a card. I'm going to close it. It's going to be posted, and you can review your number. So with the Ace of Swords here and the Moon card, there's definitely, the universe, the guides, they want you to take on a new thought process when it comes to failures or perceived failures, roadblocks, setbacks. This is the idea that I feel here. Spirit wants you to not become so entangled in the things that are bringing you to your abundance. So we can get into the trappings of what's happening right now, but if we what's the fruit here? What's the fruit of this? Why am I being brought through this? What is it meant to give me? What understanding am I meant to gain? Okay, what clarity is it bringing to me? All right, group 3, I think that's it. Thank you, group 3. I'm going to go ahead and do a bonus for you guys with the bottom of the decks. Got the 10 of orbs, ending of something very difficult. I feel like the ending of something after you've gained more clarity, after you've gained the full truth or the fullness of it, you are allowing it to end. Also feel as if this is something that has this ending is something that is forcing you into deeper alignment or higher vibration here. Anything that was keeping your vibration low is now falling away. Yes, you're more receptive, you're more, you're just allowing yourself to be molded after all this painful stuff. It kind of helps you to surrender. You realize that there's a lot of things that were self initiated here, by your resistance. Okay, is how I feel. So this is ending, and since the swords are thought, are the mind, some of this was outward, but some of this was inward. Some of this was your own thoughts or fears about how things, what you were supposed to be, who you're supposed to be, how you're supposed to act. So this is ending, okay? And because you've come deeper into alignment with yourself. I feel like you've connected with people. Let's go here. There's your soul fam there. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. And I do get that feeling that there's been people who've kind of flocked to you, flocked, yeah, to kind of help you to rid yourself of some of these thoughts that were keeping you down, to help you raise your vibration and connect with your soul purpose. For some of you, if you're, whether you're male or female, there's been, if you've had difficulty connecting with people of the same sex, so like you've always been a guy who had more female friends than male friends, or vice versa, then you're finding that there are people coming in that allow your comfort, but then there's also the challenge of connecting with you. So you're connecting with other masculines because now your masculine energy is coming to greater balance. All right. So hope that makes sense. So with the soul fam, there's lots of growth that's been had. You've been introduced to these people there. So a lot of the boundaries or restrictions that you had mentally, um, whether just from you inside or whether they were coming from your environment, then your soul fam, people you've connected with recently, have begun to awaken certain aspects of you. Ooh, that's actually the next card here. Yes, energetic upgrades, a new day of being, a new way of being, and integration. I really feel like that's exactly closed out a self-deprecating cycle, a cycle of allowing people to steal your energy because with their opinions, with their negativity, um, things like that. So now your soul fam, you've connected with your soul fam, and this is proof to you, one, that all of this journey was meant to bring you to awakening. I also get the feeling that this 10 of orbs could also be um, you having to cut from your birth family or people you've considered loved ones, throughout your life. I think that as you continue to not only connect with your soul fam, but as you continue to work on just integrating the things that are being brought to you, the people, and being aware, being mindful of the connections and what their purpose is, then your soul family is growing and your soul is healing and expanding. All right. You're getting these upgrades and downloads. We talk about energetic upgrades. This is like further purification of your aura or expansion of your aura after you've healed certain things. This is DNA upgrades, light code activations, light body activations. This is heart space openings. This is so many different things. So energetic upgrades. The power of the divine masculine is here. So this is definitely you taking on a more empowered approach. This is you moving. There's 10 and 10, so there's a finality. You've been the victim is done. This is coming in with your power. The power of your divine masculine is balancing out within you. Okay. So also for some, if you're in a twin flame connection or acknowledge or identify as a divine masculine or divine feminine, then your divine partner in your midst is in your midst. And if they're not physically with you, then where they are now awakening to the connection. They are identifying that there is a deeper connection. Um, any doubt that they had about it is gone. Okay. Also get the feeling that individually you are embodying the masculine energy, so you're moving forward with um, with greater connectivity, with plans, okay, to continue to grow and develop. So it's intentionality. You're moving forward with deep intention. You're setting plans. You are moving in power. You're setting boundaries, okay. This is all like DNAs too, like molecules too. So it's like, I hope that was the right word. Um, there's an integration. You're integrating. You're creating something. You could be the creator or leader in a soul family unit. You could be a driving force because of your mentality or the ideas that you hold. Your people they trust you, and through them trusting you, kind of learn to trust yourself a little more. Joy. This is a 6 card, so harmony as well. So you're bringing this sense of this is supposed to be, excuse me, this is supposed to be what this group. If you stayed for the bonus reading, then you are bringing a sense of harmony. A sense of harmony is being introduced to your environment. You are changing over from the 10 of Swords energy, which was you were depleted. You didn't know what else to do. I think you were really 100% drowning in victim energy. So there is a sense of enlightenment. There's something that has taken place. You've awakened to the idea that you were trapped in a kind of like a dark night of the soul. You were trapped in darkness, and now you're coming to greater harmony. And I think the universe responded to you when you were in this place, and now all of these things have manifested for you to bring you into better harmony. Declutter. This is the abundance boost. So declutter. You'll feel better and more focused if you take the time to clear away clutter from your living and workspace. Donate what you can to help others who may need your items. Be sure to keep your schedule uncluttered as well. This is 100%. So on a direct level, that's the message. In general, I feel as if, now that this situation has ended, the message is to allow all of those experiences to now fall away. You have the knowledge and wisdom that has been gained, and let them fall. These things, declutter your mind, declutter your attachments to these things. They're over now. Move forward so that we can bless you. That's what Spirit is saying. Please clarify for me the power of the divine masculine. Power of the divine masculine. Oh, yes. The magician. Some of you have really manifested your twin flame or soulmate. 100%. You've decluttered the energetic pipelines that connect you to that connect you and this other person. Not just you, but that person as well, with whatever work they've been doing. I feel as if, this manifestation, you've manifested this, no doubt. We have 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 10, 10, 1. So I do get the feeling that through your work, your soul mate or twin flame and spirit have been definitely working together, and now the result is coming forth. All right. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for trusting the flowering with your insights or for your insights. Hit like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, share this video, tag a friend, I don't know. So until next time, peace.